Y'all killing me with this.
What I want you to see is how he's preparing all this raw food with his bare hands. This guy's got tongs. He's got spatulas. Every kitchen fucking utensil you could think of, he's probably got in his house. This guy's rich, goddammit. So now you're trying to tell me you can't use the tongs for this kind of stuff? Look at the way he prepares these pineapples.
This sandwich, if I do it right, I had it and I was like, yes.
If I do it right.
If I do it right.
It's just like, he just puts this whole block of feta in, but there you go, girls, there you go.
But first, I'm gonna start with the kimchi.
So are you you're gonna pick the pineapple?
Look at that. Pineapples with the bare hands. I could only imagine where those hands have been. You gotta be fucking kidding me. And they're looking at him like, look at this girl. Look at this Brittney Schmitt bitch. Looking at him. Beeline right for the pineapples. She's like, I can't believe he's doing this. The tongs are right there. Look at him. They're all right there. All the utensils are right there. Why is he doing this with his bare hands?
And that's gonna blend. That's the soup.
That's the soup. I'm gonna blend that.
This pineapple with kimchi.
Kimchi,
I've actually never had kimchi.
Me neither.
What?
For real?
So look, he opens that kimchi. They're probably staring at him like, is he gonna fucking stick his hand in the kimchi too? Get his hand all red and nasty and disgusting. Is he gonna really stick his whole fucking fist inside that jar of fermented cabbage? Is this really what's gonna go down?
What is kimchi? I sound ignorant.
Maybe I should let you try it in the pineapple.
What is kimchi? Do we know?
Kimchi is cabbage seasoned
soaked with what?
and then buried.
Vinegar and something else.
Old school kimchi.
Yum.
Old school kimchi. They would take.
Kimchi is
Look at that. Look. So Bert does know how to use the tongs.
and something else.
Old school kimchi.
Yum.
Old school kimchi. They would
There he
take.
goes. He busts out the tongs.
They would take.
For the kimchi, his hand's still covered in pineapple juice. He hasn't rinsed them off, nothing like that yet at all.
Kimchi is how Bert gets rid of his STDs.
Kimchi.
By the way, if I had known about kimchi,
in 2009.
it's a Korean. It's like a Korean staple. It's like they're Korean's French fries.
Korean's French fries? What the fuck? Anybody else out there looking at kimchi as if it's Korean French fries? I mean, come on. Like, what are you kidding me? So now watch this shit. This guy, like I said, he's drinking. They got like glasses of Merlot going on. I could only imagine how many sips he's had before the cameras even started rolling. We all know Bert. He's just wasted 24/7. Okay, this is just the type of guy he is. And when you're like that, your brain, you're like not even thinking that much. You're so loosey goosey that all this like hygiene shit, it's just let it go. You know, we're drunk. Like that's just the way it is. You know, let's live a little. That's the kind of shit that I feel like Bert is living by. So he's not the most hygienic person out there. And remember, I told you he's making all this raw food. We're about to watch him wipe his goddamn nose like a fucking heathen. Watch this.
Korean's French fries, right?
I see it all the time. I've just actually never tried
Look,
it.
more barehanded pineapple. More barehanded pineapple. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. It's so
Yeah.
good. When Georgia went to third grade, it was predominantly Korean.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and
In LA?
In LA, yeah. And so I remember Thanksgiving celebration, they served sushi and kimchi.
Wow.
And my dad's like, what the is this? God damn it, I'm not eating grass. Yeah. When you go out.
So now he's shaking up this kimchi, right? He's doing it all. About to wipe that goddamn nose.
And to a dinner party, right? And maybe everyone knows your husband, but maybe not everyone knows you. Do you feel
What the fuck was that?
What the fuck?
Watch this. We're gonna zoom in a little bit on this. Look at him wipe his goddamn nose. Now, mind you, he's got pineapple juice. He's been barehanding these fucking pineapple chunks out of this goddamn bowl this whole time. Now watch him. He's about to just give him that one good wipe.
Maybe everyone knows your husband, but maybe not everyone knows you. Do you?
Oh my God, look at it. Look at how much his nose is bending. That's how all right, you know how like sometimes, I'll show you that in a second. So, you know how sometimes like your nose actually might itch. And it might itch right there, like the bridge of your nose or the septum part, you know, whatever. I'm not a biologist, but So it'll itch there. And you got to scratch it. So sometimes you might actually just kind of like wipe your nose a little bit, but you're just wiping it to itch it. So you're not really going all that hard. You're just kind of like grazing the bottom of your nose with your hand just to kind of like itch it a little bit, you know? I'm doing it right now. If you're watching, you're seeing. If you're not, start watching, okay? I don't know what to tell you. So you kind of just graze it just to get that itch off, you know? That's not what this is. Look at that. He's full-blown wiping his nose right now, okay? That's insane, okay? That's insane. Watch him do this with no shame.
And maybe everyone knows your husband, but maybe not everyone knows you. Do you feel like a need to not perform, but to get everyone to meet you?
No, I'm actually usually really quiet. Like, because
Really?
it's like everyone's paying so much attention to him.
And the fact that these girls just keep going on, nobody gives a fuck about this. Right away, I would stop production if that happened. I'd shut it all down and be like, we need new pineapples, we need new tongs, we definitely need new kimchi. As a matter of fact, let's just firebomb the whole fucking house and we'll just go to an actual studio and film this there. We'll do the shit with fucking Andrew, whatever that guy's name, Andrew Cho, on his show. We'll go film this shit. That I could not. You just got done wiping your nose. He doesn't even care, doesn't even think about washing his hands with that shit. And he just keeps it going. More stupid ass behavior like that. And the fact that these chicks actually end up eating this shit at the end just blows my mind, right? But remember, this is Bert. So the wiping of the nose is, it's like expected behavior out of him, right? And he just keeps doing stupid shit like this. Like, this guy is actually about to start running a blender in the middle of the fucking show. Watch this shit. You can't at least prepare the soup beforehand? Like, if you got to run a blender, bro, like, you got to think of a different recipe. You can't be running a blender in the middle of a fucking podcast. Watch this.
Up to about, I was like, I don't even want to say what I said. Everyone's like, I deleted my Twitter because I was like, I don't know what Brittney unmedicated in 2009 said. Like, I don't want to be responsible for it. I deleted that shit. I was like, oh, sorry.
So now Brittney already, she almost drops a glass of wine. She's like already feeling this fucking rosé or whatever it is that they're drinking. So
responsible for it. I deleted that shit. I was like, oh, sorry.
Can I tell you what? Do you find this is like, because I know your act and I know you.
Now, see, if I'm the girls, I'm seeing this. I'm like, he's really about to do this. He's not even like stopping what he's saying right now. He's really about to just keep this going. If you are going to run the blender, at least stop talking, run the blender, and then start talking again so the editor has a cut point, right? So he can smooth that out and make the conversation look like it's going on without a hitch, and we don't have to hear your blender in the middle of it. Instead, he wants to keep talking while he's doing it, so the editors can't cut this out. They have no choice but to leave this in.
You talk wild free. Hang on. Let me just get this started.
Yeah.
And I know you talk wild, just you're.
Props to the audio guy, because he somehow made the blender not that bad, because I know that shit was picking up bad inside Bert's lavalier mic. Ain't no way it wasn't.
Free. You don't ever bite your tongue.
Yeah.
Do you find people coming up to you saying wild shit to you after your show where you're like, oh, you like this? One time
So what?
Tell him the flight attendant thing.
What flight attendant thing?
Remember?
Watch this. I don't care about their story, okay? I want to get to the part where he starts blending it again. This shit, when you see like the amount of stuff he has in this, the blender's like overflowing.
I know that there was 40 people in the audience from United.
Was he a United night out to see Brittney?
Let me see. We have to see that blender again.
No, I just told him. Oh, that's a different question. Yeah, but I just told a 9/11 joke on 9/11, and I didn't know that there was 40 people in the audience from United.
Was he a United night out to see Brittney?
Where in the fuck? There we go. You have to see. Wait until you see how much shit is in this blender. This is actually kind of crazy.
George Bush did not.
All right, let me grind this up real quick. This is our gazpacho.
Horrible.
Look at that. Still going with the blender. Look at how much liquid he has in this thing. The lid is like tilted. It's like not even on straight. Watch. He's about to start really going in. The liquid's going to start like bubbling out the sides of the lid. Oh.
Gazpacho.
You ever had gazpacho?
I'm Italian.
Oh, that's right. You said it. You called it
100% Italian.
Why would you do this during the show? This is crazy to fucking listen to. And with all that liquid coming out the top and stuff like I was saying, like, that's just insane. And Bert's just one of those guys. He's so oblivious to his own bullshit, you know? Like, I can't believe this. Now, let's just end this on this dish. I'll show you this raw-ass dish that this guy is, like, barehanding all this food, wiping his nose with. He preps this shit up nice and good. These girls are about to start devouring this shit. You wouldn't catch me dead eating this plate of food after watching this guy prepare it. You're fucking crazy.
Beautiful.
Guys.
Are you kidding
You got
me?
eggs.
Got eggs. We need some frozen eggs.
So this is kimchi pineapple, a watermelon sandwich with feta, prosciutto, a little arugula, a little bit of a balsamic glaze, and then toast to put in your gazpacho if you want. And the gazpacho, you saw me blend it. It's been fridged up, and I want you to try the sandwich first.
Okay.
Because it's
The rawest, everything on there is raw. The rawest part of the whole entire thing. He wants you to try that first. He wants you to try the part that he had to put together with his bare hands and wipe his nose, you know, scratch his ass. He wants you to eat that part first, ladies. Can you take a bite of that first, please? Can you do that for Bert?
I tried it. I saw it online. I was like, there's no way this will be good. And I liked it so much.
Look at that. Oh, that's a big first bite. Look at Brittney's fucking puffed up ass lips smashing away on this goddamn shit. What the fuck? Look at her, bro. Look at this. She's loving this. I think the fact that Bert wiped his nose while prepping this shit made her like it even more. Look at how much she's into this. She has like so much filler in her lips too. She might be going to one of Tommy's guys. The same guys that inject all that shit into Tommy's dick to make it so huge. You know? Look at her. That's a big first bite. That's a big first bite.
Right?
She's like, Bert, you really wiped your hand and you really put your foot in that, Bert. You did that shit. Oh my God, it's so good. Look at that. All Bert's wiped nose is all in there. She's really, really fucking loving it. This chick, this other Brittney, because they're both Brittney, you know, she's a little more reserved. She's looking at him like, I really hope I didn't get the part that got all like the booger stuff on it from Bert's fingers.
It's creepy good.
Well, I love watermelon and feta already, but with
I love
the
watermelon
prosciutto,
feta.
it's so good. And the arugula.
Look, oh, another huge one. Brittney Furlan has now eaten half the sandwich in 2 bites. It's the size of like a club, like a chicken club sandwich. You know those triple stackers? It's huge. This is like one of those sandwiches that you see like Shaggy and Scooby make inside the house when they're like looking for ghosts. You know, they got those like 19 decker sandwiches. They smash it all with like a shoestring to tie it down to make it come back. Then they eat it all in 1 bite. She's really fucking going into this thing. Look at that. I'm surprised she hasn't bitten off one of her fingers. Holy hell. The fact that they're even eating this, you gotta give it up for them. For these 2 Brittneys, Brittney Furlan and Brittney Schmitt from The Worst Podcast, or This Is The Worst Podcast, on What's Burning, or Something's Burning. See, it's like, who gives a fuck about these guys? Why are we still talking about them? Let's go to Kill Tony, okay?
And hold my fart like a bong rip.